Okay, so as someone that's been making stuffed animals for a few years, I want to say like 4 years now. I have a lot of patterns, whatever. Here's some tips that I have, not really for sewing, but like for sketching your plush and bringing them to life, I guess. Okay, in no particular order, these are just some bullet points I have written down, really. So, kind of contrary to what I just said. Don't expect the sketch to come to life. And what I mean by that is like don't expect your plush to I keep wanting to say stuffed animal. Don't expect your plush to look exactly like your sketch. Its nose is probably going to be just a little bit longer or snout or whatever. The eyes are probably going to be more far apart than you thought, especially if it's a sketch and not like a 3D model kind of thing of your plush. It's not going to look exactly like your sketch. Don't get your hopes up. I hate to say it like that. Okay. Here's another thing. Outline. This is a recommendation. Outline where your seam should be, especially if the pattern is unfamiliar. I don't think I really have to explain what that means. Okay. Reference previous patterns on like previous patterns that you've made, online patterns similar to your goal, the plushies that you have around you, finished plushies that you find online, especially if you're trying to get something down like really specific. If you find that like a Sonic plush has the shoe pattern that you want, like try to replicate that as much as you can. Or like a certain snout thing. Obviously, thread sculpting is kind of gonna be relevant, but depending on what it is, it might not. But yeah, like reference a lot of these other patterns around you. Um, and also just like look at the seams or the shapes that the patterns make when put together. I hope that makes sense. Um, Another thing, keep your goals realistic. Don't try to make like a 8 foot teddy bear and it's like your first plush. You don't, especially if you don't have a machine. I don't use a machine, so all of my stuffed animals are like able to fit in one hand for me. Keep your goals realistic. Um, if you've never made a stuffed animal before or a plush, try making Kirby. Try making a pattern where it's like just one. How do I put this? Like the outline of a teddy bear, and then you like flip the pattern over, and that's really it. And then you kind of just like draw the features on. Like keep your expectations realistic again, especially if it's your first plush or like your third or something. You have to slowly learn these things over time. It's not just gonna come to you. No matter how much you even like study stuffed animals, it's it's kind of like drawing. Even no matter how much you study, you just have to practice, practice, practice. Be aware of your limitations, whether it be materialistic or just like how it's gonna look. Like, don't expect your plush to have realistic teeth if you've never sculpted teeth before, if you don't even have access to clay, don't draw these realistic teeth on your plush and think that that's actually how it's gonna turn out. And even if you did know how to draw realistic teeth, if you like did a pin to felt thing, it wouldn't look right, and also it would smear, it would get dirty, all this other stuff. So like that's a big thing I did not write down. Remember that your plush is gonna get matted, dirty, etc. over time, especially like depending on the materials that you use. If you're using felt, it's probably fine. But the lighter the colors and the more like furry and stuff that it is, it's gonna be matted and dirty, so it's not gonna look like picture perfect forever. That was kind of unrelated. That was kind of just a side tangent, but you know. And again with the materials, again, not to be a hater, not to bring someone down, but like be realistic with the materials that you have. Like, don't draw cheek fluff on a character if you don't have that color with super long fur and you don't know how to like shave your plush, or if you just don't want to, or if you don't have, again, with the cheek fur thing, you can make a stuffed animal that maybe the face has like no fur on it, it's just a little bit of fuzz, and then the rest of the body has like a long hair. If you know that you don't have that in the same color, don't do that. Or if you want to make like a clay-faced plush with fur, but you have no idea how to sculpt, or you can't buy a pre-made sculpt, please don't do that. Like it's a good idea, but it's not realistic at the moment. Maybe this one's kind of obvious. This isn't a bullet point. I just kind of thought to add this in. Sketch the plush as a plush, not as that character. And again, maybe this sounds obvious, but I've seen so many people get mad when they commission a stuffed animal and they're like, why does the plush look exactly like the sketch that I sent? Because that's the sketch that you sent. So draw the proportions, the face, all this stuff within the realms of as a plush. Don't draw it as the character, draw it as the plush.